Hi, thank you for coming to join me today in my practice. We're going to do a short little 30-minute flow. Um, Make it super gentle and bring attention to the conscious awareness of the practice, of coming into the moment and just recognizing where we're at. We're going to start seated, so find a comfortable seat where however you like, and we'll begin with a breath technique. Gently close the eyes and just bring awareness to the breath without fluctuating it. Recognizing its steady rhythm. Its quietness. Just bringing awareness into the breath itself. Noticing how it's always been there. Even as you bring your attention towards it. Now begin to inhale deeply, straighten through the spine, broaden the shoulders. Exhale it all out slowly. Now we're going to take a big belly breath. So inhale deeply, expand the belly, broaden the shoulders, reach through the spine. Exhale it all out. Now let's bring some movement into that. So let's inhale deeply, broaden the belly, reach the arms up overhead. Expand the belly with the breath. Exhale, palms come down to the sides of the body. Exhaling it all out. Again, we bring our arms up, inhaling the breath towards the belly, filling it up. Then exhale, the palms drop down to our sides. Inhale, we reach up to the sky, broaden the shoulders, expand the belly. Exhale, hands come down to our sides. Now let's keep the right hand planted, left hand comes up and over. Look up past that left elbow. Extend through the spine. Extend through the crown of the head. Switching sides. Right arm comes up and over the head. Look up past that right elbow. Extend through the crown. Coming back, center over the hips. Inhale again, reaching up towards the sky. Exhale, let's bring the palms toward the chest. Keeping the eyes closed, let's bring attention to the breath again. Just recognizing its subtleness. Now allow yourself to lose control of the breath. Just bring attention to the breath. Almost as if you're releasing the grip that you have on it as you watch it just do its thing. Notice if you have any tension in yourself as you watch the breath. Seeing if there's a desire to take control in any way. Rather, just let that go. And allow the breath to fill you, to become one with you. Amazing. Let's come into a tabletop position. Got the hips underneath, the knees underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to rock back and forth just a little bit. Coming up over those hands. Let's flip the fingertips back towards the back of the mat. Sit back slightly, stretching into those forearms. Broaden the shoulders, the hips sit down and back. We'll come back over the wrists. And sit back, stretching out through those forearms. Let's sit onto the heels, keeping the toes tucked. Shake out the hands. Now let's reach our hips up and forward, coming up over those knees, stretch up and back with the hands. Breathing deep. Exhale, open the hands wide. We sit back onto the heels, hands crawl out. We're in a tabletop. Breathe there for a moment, and then stretch the feet back, come into a plank pose. Inhale into the plank. Exhale, chaturanga. We lower slowly. Inhale, we come up into a cobra position. Our belly is down. We breathe deep, planting the hands, pressing into the tops of the feet. Curl the chest towards the sky. Awesome. Tuck the toes, press into the palms, drop the knees. We sit back into a child's pose. Breathe deep, and exhale it all out. Crawling the hands back, we sit over the heels. The toes are still tucked. Reach the hands up towards the sky. Exhale, palms down to the chest. Heart center. Inhale, we press into the toes. We reach our hands up. We're over the knees. Exhale, we come back onto those heels and we walk our hands out into a tabletop. Inhale for a moment. And exhale, shoot the feet back. We find ourselves in a plank pose. And then inhale, reach the hips up and back. Try not to move your feet too much. You want to be able to come from downward facing dog into plank pose. But just as necessary, recognizing that you're still finding your spatial awareness, being gracious to yourself for where you're at. Awesome. And we're going to ripple forward with the spine like a wave, find ourselves in plank pose. And then let's inhale, come back, reaching the hips back up, downward facing dog. Noticing where the feet are and how that feels. Attempting not to move them, but if you need to do so, that is okay. Now let's ripple forward back into plank pose. So you want the shoulders over the wrists. Strong core. Then we reach the hips back up towards the sky, finding ourselves in a downward facing dog. Breathe deep. Strong in the plant of the hands and the toes. Amazing. So we're going to ripple forward, bringing the left knee with us. Left knee goes towards the chest. We press into those palms. Planting that left foot, we come up. We're coming into our first crescent lunge. Reaching the hands tall up towards the sky. Stretch through that front right hip. Left knee is over that left foot. Steady gaze forward. Amazing. Now come up just slightly out of that crescent, pressing into the feet. And then we're going to twist open to the left side, reaching back with that left hand. Stretching through the crown of the head. Deep twist. Now, you can lower deeper into that crescent, but instead of just dropping the hips, you want to lead with that back right heel, stretching down towards the mat so the front right hip stretches open while you find yourself lowering further and further towards the mat. Don't forget to twist. So you want to find length through your torso, and then twist deeper. Amazing. Let's bring the hands back to face in front of us, and then we reach them towards the sky. Reach, bend back, slight arch in the spine. And then exhale, we're going to drop our hands down, plant and frame that left foot. Left foot goes back to meet that right. Inhale in the plank, and exhale, we lower down. Chaturanga. You could do a cobra again, or follow me with a full upward facing dog. Amazing. Exhale into that downward facing dog. Catch the breath. Find the awareness. Find that peace of mind. Alright, so we're rippling forward. Right knee follows up to the front this time. Close to the chest between the hands. And then plant that right foot in between the hands, coming up into a crescent lunge. Hands reach high to the sky. Front left hip is opening deeply, stretching down to the left heel, planting strong in that right foot. Maybe lower a little bit further. Tucking the rib cage in and down. You want a fairly straight spine in the crescent unless you're attempting back bend. So let's come slightly up out of that crescent. Make it a little bit easier on the body. And then we begin to twist, reaching that right arm back towards the back of the mat, stretching up through the spine, up through the crown of the head. Not gazing past that right arm yet, maybe just towards the right side of the mat. Reaching tall and long, and then lower down a little bit deeper into that crescent, those crescent legs, and then twist deeper into a crescent twist. Maybe then bringing that gaze to almost chase that right hand as it reaches further and further back. Checking in with the front left hip. Not allowing that left knee to bend too much, but straighten out, deepening the stretch. Amazing. Coming up with the hands reaching tall to the sky. Breathing deep. Exhale, hands come down. They plant and they're framing their right foot. Right foot goes back to meet the left. We inhale in that plank pose. We Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Coming up into an upward facing dog. Or you could do the cobra. Exhale, we come back into a downward facing dog. Breathing deep, catching up with that breath. Maybe that's not so well put. Rather, you're setting your breath at ease. Now let's slowly walk our hands back to our feet, reaching the hips tall to the sky. Flattening our spine, reaching through the crown of the head. Then exhale, we fold forward over our legs. Just bend those knees, press into the heels, reach up. We come up all the way. Maybe a slight back bend. Exhale, palms come down to the heart center. Now let's reach up once again towards the sky. Bend slightly in the back. And then exhale, we're going to fold forward over those legs. Come into a flat back, reaching long through the spine. And then exhale, we walk our hands back out into a downward facing dog. Check in with the legs. See how it feels to maybe bicycle those out. Bending one knee, and then switching to bend the other. Switch back and forth. Reaching the hips a little bit higher. Amazing. Find ourselves back in a strong, steady, downward facing dog. We're going to reach forward with that right knee coming into that plank pose, the right knee towards the chest. Plant that right foot. We're going to twist now into a straddle. The feet are wide. The spine is straight. Is that flat back now with the feet in a straddle. Let's press into those feet. Curl the spine up. Reach up. Nice and tall. And exhale, palms come down towards heart center. Let's broaden our hands wide as our feet. Palms facing down. If you like, maybe just close the eyes here. Just finding a sense of balance. Now let's open the eyes. Heel toe the feet a little bit closer. Now we're going to bring our right foot 45-degree angle. Left foot faces the back of the mat. Hands come up. Left leg is nice and straight. Straighten through the spine. Reach tall. And then exhale, we're going to fold forward over that left leg. We're in a deep triangle. Not hyperextending that left knee. But a nice long line from that left heel towards that left glute. And stretching that longer. Pressing into that left foot, maybe bending that left knee, reaching up to the sky. Awesome. Opening our hands wide. Toes face the side of the mat. We're in a straddle. Breathing here for one breath. Then we're going to bring our left toes at a 45-degree angle. Right toes face towards the front of the mat. Hands come up towards the sky. And we exhale, fold forward over that right leg. Remember not to hyperextend that right knee, but creating a nice long line from the right heel up towards that right glute. Breathing deep and stretching long. Alright, let's bend that right knee. Plant our hands. Right foot goes back. We're in plank pose for a breath. Now let's drop our knees. Come back into a child's pose. Hips are on the heels. We're reaching through our hands, through those fingertips. Coming back to a steady pace of breath. A gentle presence. Alright, let's untuck the toes. Walk ourselves back up over those heels. Breathe deep, stretch the spine nice and tall. If you'd like to end with a Shavasana, you can. But it's beginning to rain a little bit harder right now, so let's just end this practice with a thought of gratitude. Reaching high up to the sky, breathing deep in that gratitude. And exhale, the palms come down towards the heart center. This is a moment just to find something to be thankful for. You get so caught up in all the things we've done wrong, all the things that we could have been. This is a moment to recognize that the path we are on is not perfect in our own eyes, but it is made by grace. And made by mercy. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.